components are components are rich in HTML, CSS, and jQuery actually. So that means they use a lot of HTML, CSS, and jQuery. So you have to install jQuery. Install jQuery to use Bootstrap jQuery. To use Bootstrap jQuery, you have to install jQuery actually. So then, and the Bootstrap jQuery file is, so you have a bootstrap.bundle.js file is there. It will be available in dist.js folder. In the dist.js folder, you will have bootstrap bundle.js. Actually, bootstrap.js is also enough, but bootstrap.js is not enough for some other components, because many components require lot of additional JavaScript jQuery library, which is provided by this Bootstrap bundle. Bundle is one file with all the content. So that is the reason if you import this, that is enough, right? And actually JavaScript CSS files we use link. For JavaScript files we use script src for linking the JavaScript files into our page. So JavaScript, jQuery files, all these are done by using this script source. So first step is you have to install jQuery also for your project. Currently, so while working with node modules, in the node modules, already I told you that we need jQuery. You have to install jQuery also. In the first session of Bootstrap, I given you how to install jQuery. Just what you have to do, you have to run npm install jQuery. So jQuery is also installed. I told you already how to install that. I given you that information. Once you install jQuery, now how to use these Bootstrap jQuery related options. Let's see. Means how to use these components. We will see them. So let's create here a new file. So this is suppose alerts.html. Fine. Now here we need to use a simple doc type HTML and head, and link relation is equal to style sheet, and href is equal to node modules bootstrap dist css bootstrap.css. Okay. Then first you need to import script source is equal to, in node modules you have jQuery. In that dist jquery.js, this file is required. You have to import this jquery.js. After that you have to import, so script source is equal to, from node modules bootstrap, in that dist, in that js, in that bootstrap bundle.js, you have to import this file. If anyone asks you like importing bootstrap files, I mean JavaScript and jQuery files, is order important? So yes, order is very important. Order is important. That means first you have to import jQuery, then bootstrap bundle jQuery JS. So without importing the core jQuery, suppose if you keep bootstrap bundle above jQuery file, it will not work, because there is order for loading the scripts. There is no order for loading the CSS, but there is order for loading the scripts, loading the scripts. That is the reason you need to know that. You need to know that. So whenever you are including the script files, especially, you have to follow correct order. If you miss the order, it will not work. So first Jquery, then Bootstrap Jquery. Okay, bundle Jquery. So these three are enough. So let's go into the body and put the class as container. So fluid. Now Bootstrap has a lot of components. The first important component that we have. So we have alert. We have alerts. Actually, alerts are used to display some messages inside the page. Later in JavaScript, you will show these messages according to button clicked, according to certain events when user is using them. Currently, we will learn what it is, how it is designed. Because with the JavaScript jQuery programming, we have to use them. We have to use them. So alerts actually used for displaying messages. For that, we have some classes, important Bootstrap classes. What are Bootstrap classes used for alert? We have to use the Bootstrap classes. Yes, yes.
హలో సార్, ఇక్కడ మొబైల్ డేటాతో దీన్ని కనెక్ట్ చేయడం మీకు వచ్చా?
Yep. So how we can manage these alerts? That means how we can use and configure these alerts. Let's see. For that, we have some classes. What are the Bootstrap classes? We have alert one class. Alert is a class which is for creating an alert box. And you can use alert primary. You can use alert danger. That is for colors. All colors you can use. Contextual. You can use alert link. It is for hyperlinks in alert. In alert box, if you want to put some hyperlinks, you can use alert link. If you want headings, then you can use alert heading. For headings, you can use alert heading. And if you want dismissible alert, means closable alert, then you can use alert dismissible. Missible. So you can use fade. Fade is used for creating a fading animation. Fading, fade, show, these are general. These are used everywhere. Fading and showing. Show is for displaying. Show is nothing but actually it is display. Display as inline. Inline. So that is equal to display inline. If you give show, it is display inline. Fade is for animation. Animation means transparent. Transparent. Opaque, it will make, it will fade through transparency. That is what fade actually. So, and close is for, close is used for close buttons. For close buttons, you use close class. So generally, these are all the classes. These are all the classes. These are CSS classes. CSS classes. Now, jQuery attributes also required. jQuery attributes also important. One attribute is role. Role indicates what is the behavior. Is it alert?
Hello.
Is it dialogue? Is it model? So those are called roles actually. Another one, data dismiss. Dismiss. Data dismiss is jQuery to close. It uses jQuery code to close. To close any element. To close any element, it uses jQuery code in the background. So these attributes are enough actually. I will show you how we can design the alert. So how we can create the alerts. See generally how alerts are created. I will put a heading here, alerts. I will keep a div. In the div, I have an heading. So delete record, and some paragraph. So record will be deleted. Record will be deleted. Okay, and I will put a link. So href something, page name something I can give, and so help for help. You can click on that link. We can give a help page or something. Okay, now here I will keep a button. So I will keep a button here. So button has cross, just cross. Okay, now initially when you look at the design, so you can see, right, and you can see that the design looks normal. Right. So this is the option here. Now technically, so here what we have to do is, initially I need to give a good appearance for this. So simple. What we do is, for this div we will use alert class. Class is alert. Okay. And the role is alert. So alert, dialogues, roles. Alert have alert role. So the button should have a, so alert by default you see it doesn't have much appearance. Colors you can give. Alert danger. So that will give red color. So I said alert success. So it will give green color like this. Suppose danger. So danger. Okay. And this button is a close button. For button, you can use a class as, so close. Close is the close button. And close button automatically goes right side. Alignments, everything is adjusted for that. That's good. Next, for this, it is a class. It is an alert heading. We can give an alert heading. And this is a class you can use as alert text. So you can use alert text. And this is link. I can give class as alert link. And you can see that appearance will be better. You see links have a good appearance. Mouse over, underline, and all these effects are ready made. Now you see there is a close button, but this button is not working. To make it work, what we have to do is, we have to write a logic for this button. But Bootstrap intention is to not to write logic, with simple attributes manage. So what this button have to do, it should dismiss this alert box. Then we have to simply use data dismiss. Data dismiss is equal to what to dismiss. So you have to dismiss the alert box. You have to dismiss the alert box. Then data dismiss, we will use alert. That means the alert will be dismissed. The alert is dismissed. That's it. Now I will save this. So here you can see when you run this, you can see that when I click on close button, that alert will be closed. That's it. Now how to bring it again? For that you have to write logic. That means you need to keep a button. Actually, what you have to do is, you have to keep one button. So you have to keep a button. And in the button on click, you have to write the logic. That means, so delete. So later we will learn button classes and all, how to put the classes for the button and all. actually what it has to do, so it uses, later I will tell you why, because for that you need to learn JavaScript jQuery. So actually, suppose I am writing here data dismiss or data toggle. Data toggle is equal to, suppose that alert, it toggles the alert. Similarly, you have an option like data target is equal to, suppose this alert is having an ID as delete, and it uses that target as hash delete. So this actually intention of this is, when I click on the button, it should open that. For that, again, you have to write the options like on click, what should happen, on change, what should happen. So many events are required. So those you are going to learn in the JavaScript level, when to open this dialog, when to handle this dialog, that you will see later. So no need to worry about this currently. You need to just concentrate on how to design an alert. How you manage the alerts in programming, that in programming you will see. So, but we have an alert designed correctly, and it is working with close. So you see, you can add classes like, I will use, so here fade, I will use fade like effect. Fade is nothing but when it is closed. So when it is closed, I said fade, and I need show also. That means show the alert. Then it will show the alert. When I click on close, then it will slowly disappear. It will not immediately disappear. Slowly it will fade. That is what it will happen. Previously, immediately it closes. Now slowly it will fade. From dark to light, it will fade. How much time to take to fade, the timings and all you can control with your CSS and jQuery functions. You will learn about them. Initially, these are ready-made. How they are, you can use them. Right now, this makes a good alert. So there can be any number of alerts in a page. Every alert is designed like this. Individually, we design the alerts in this way. So that is the purpose of alerts. So alerts can display such dialog boxes which you can close. But remember, these are not dialog boxes. These are just only alerts, and these alerts will be inside the page, integrated inside the page. Not integrating inside the page. We want like pop-ups. If you want like pop-ups, for that you have other options called models and all. I will show you them also, right? One by one, we will see understanding this first. So this is how to deal with alerts, how we can deal with the alerts. So this is dynamically required when you are learning JavaScript and jQuery. For that, you have some important classes. And jQuery attribute data dismiss is required for dismissing that alert box, closing that alert box. Those are alerts. In Bootstrap, another important is you have Bootstrap. So we have Bootstrap badges. You have Bootstrap badges. So actually, Bootstrap badges are used for displaying notification style. Notification like style, you can use Bootstrap badges actually. For example, you have the classes. How a badge looks like, you will see. You have classes badge. Badge is a class. So we have badge colors. We have contextual colors like primary, like secondary, like success. These are colors. We have badge pills. We have badge pills. Badge pill is having a border radius. Border radius will be there. You will see once we implement, you can see that. So observe here, suppose means how we can use the badges, how we can manage these badges. For example, see in our example here, I'm adding one more CSS file. Link is equal to style sheet. We will add href. We will add fonts in fonts. So CSS all.css. Font awesome. I'm adding font awesome. Okay, how the badges are used, how the badges look like actually. You see, I will write here badge, okay? And here I'm using a span. So class as FA and FA phone, I'm using phone. And beside that span, so suppose I want to display some options like say two, so two. So some missed calls like this, like this. I'm just writing that two missed calls. I'm just using that option like this. Now here I'm just using this two. So that is the two missed calls we defined. And we will keep that two number in a separate badge. That means we will keep this so in a separate span. Okay, just the two number in a separate span. Not only that, so we will use a SUP. SUP means superscript, right? It will keep superscript. Okay, usually it will display in this way. You have options like two missed calls, mobile, and that two number is there. Now, generally, so for giving a special appearance for such notifications, we can use a class only for that two. I'm using the class as badge, and I'm giving as suppose badge danger, and you can see usually badge will be like this. You can see it is shown in a separate box with the padding rounded. You can use a badge pill also, badge pill, badge pill. So badge pill will give you complete rounded corner. It will give you a rounded corner and display the rounded corners. Such notifications and contents we generally display through badges. So mostly we don't use for large text. We use just for numbers, bullets, symbols. For such things, badge is good. You can use the badges and you can define the badges for such options, right? You can define badges for a list also. Suppose you are maintaining a list. For a list also, I will put a heading badge list suppose. So we are using for a list UL unordered list. If you don't want list item, so we have a span, and you have this span, suppose electronics. So it is electronics, okay, something like this. That means I want to display how many electronics are there, how many footwear are there, how many fashion are there. I'm using a span here like this. Initially, the unordered list have symbol. We will remove that by using list unstyled. You put a class list unstyled, then it will not have the list. That means it will not have that list. It is list unstyled. Others, I will just clean this up. Just, yeah. You see the badge. And this is a list electronics. Okay. Here I will use the option as class as FATV. Okay. And here I will use the option as suppose 12 electronic products are there. So class we are giving here badge. I'm giving a badge here. And I'm using some badge primary. So badge primary. You can add different colors. So badge primary or badge secondary. I given that option there. Similarly, other products also will be there, other categories I will define here. So that means here, so 8 are there, some 7 are there, something like this. And here I said some footwear, so fashion and footwear, like this I defined footwear. And here I'm writing like FA t-shirt, and here we have FA, and yeah, so we have FA, some shoe prints. Okay, and you can see the badges will have this type of appearance. Now that means we have electronics 12, we have fashion 8, we have footwear 7. Just we kept like that. Alignments, indentation, we can display in different ways. So that means how you want the presentation. You can display the presentation in this. Means how you can configure, you can add effects, you can keep the alignments left, right adjusted. So for those, for that we learn some options. So that means we will discuss some options if we can adjust the width of these list items. So how much a list item should be. Generally, suppose I am writing a style. So li list item. So width is equal to some 300 pixels. So list item width is 300 pixels. So usually, suppose I defined the width 300 pixels. You have options later like justify content between, justify content center. All this will keep the content center in between. For that, we need to use some alignments also. I will show you those alignments, right? So for that, what you do is we have to add some more options in order to keep that alignments and spacing correctly, which I will show you now, borders and all. Initially, just we will have these badges in different styles. That means I can put different. One is secondary, so another one is primary, another one is some danger. So and here we have pill like appearances. You have different appearances. Not only for this, you can give for different buttons like options also. In a button also, you can give a badge like appearance. You can give a badge like appearance. So that is another important. That means you can use badges like appearance in the buttons also. So that means suppose you are creating a button. Suppose I will just keep here. So heading badge button. You see, I am writing a button. In this button, I said some 4 likes. So here I defined a span. So and the class is equal to here first we will write 4. Yeah, class is equal to and FA and FA thumbs up. Okay, and here I return likes. Okay, and here you see this 4 I keep here. This 4 I keep in a span again. And here I will put a class as badge. And we have badge success. So we have badge success. Okay, like this. And you can see the appearance will be like this. That means in a button, you have that. These are the badges. So technically, badges appearance will be like this. If we know buttons, we can change the buttons appearance also in a better way. So this is how you design the badges, how you can use the badges. You can put some text also inside them, but we don't use much for text. You can use text also inside them. Suppose badge text. So here see, I am creating an unordered list item. So here we have options like home, option like home. And you can define this this home, actually it is a link. So later we will use links. Currently I will put span. You can enclose that in a hyperlink. So later, right? In the span, you can write a link. Here for this, I am using the class as badge and badge. So we have badge, some success and badge pill. I am writing like this. Now that is home. I'm adding here others also. Home, about, contact, something like this. Home, we have about, we have contact. This time we are giving just for text. And here I say blog, something like this. And you can have different colors or same color. I maintained all these. And the list style class is equal to list unstyle. And you see here, these are home, about, contact, badges. I will put display. So we will put display class. So just style display as flex. Later shortcuts also you will see. Now you can see all those symbols will be one beside another. So you can use for general text. You can use for general text also. So, but for text and buttons, you have different other options. We can keep them. Initially, such numbers, so notifications, for such things, this badge is okay. This badge is good. You can use this badge for such type of things. If you are dealing with buttons, then so Bootstrap have separate options for buttons. Bootstrap have separate option for buttons. Actually, for buttons, you have classes like BTN. So BTN is the base class for button. We have BTN primary, we have BTN success, BTN danger, like this buttons will be there. Colors. We have BTN outline primary, outline success, outline buttons will be there. We will see them, difference. We have BTN different sizes. So we have SM for small, LG for large. Small buttons, large buttons. We have BTN block. BTN block, actually, it will fit the window. It will fit the window. We have BTN link. It is like a link button. Link button. So buttons can have the options like close. Yeah, just now I showed you, it is like a close button. Ready-made close button will be there. So these are the classes used for buttons. Then you can keep buttons in a better way, in appearance in a better way. Let's see how we can use the buttons in a better way. These all examples I will upload. Right. So how we can keep the buttons in a better way. So what you can do. So I just put a heading as buttons, and let me show you different buttons. So this is button. Okay. Suppose I say delete, and another button say login, something like this. How to apply the classes for them? Generally buttons look like this. Okay. And here I'm using the class as BTN. BTN is the primary class. First you have to apply BTN. Okay, this looks normal. Those two buttons looks normal. Now I can use here BTN some danger colors. We can use BTN some primary. And you can see those colors will come for the buttons. You have an outline style for the buttons also. Outline style for the buttons means you can use BTN outline danger. So you can use BTN outline primary. You see, then they will be like this. When mouse over, then they will change the background color. These are outline buttons. You can design such buttons. You can create the button size small by using BTN SM. So BTN SM will keep the buttons small. You see the size will be changed. Original button is this one, login, and this is size, small button. Okay, and suppose you want like a link. So button have some help, and I want it like a link. Then what you can use class as btn, and you can use btn link, and you can see it looks like a button link button. It looks like a link, but actually it is not a link. It is just a button. It is just a button. So you can apply this, and close button, just now I showed you. You put a button so with some cross mark symbol and class as close. Close. It is a button for close style. Close will go right side. You can see right side close button will come. Its alignment will be automatically applied. So that is button. So you can display buttons in different ways. We can use all these classes for the buttons. And suppose I have a div. Okay, and I have a button inside the div. So this is like submit. And I put class is equal to btn and btn some info, something. And that is the button. So you have that button here, submit button. Now this submit button should fit according to the width, then we can use so as btn block. So when I use btn block, you can see that it will display full width depending on the width of that container. Suppose div style, so width is 300 pixels. So then it will fit that button to the 300 pixels. If I say 200 pixels, it will fit to 200 pixels. Otherwise, it will fit to the page. So it depends on the container. In that container, how much width is available, it will fit to that width. It will apply and fit to that width. That you can manage and define by using this button, right? Yeah, 1 second. I'll be back. Okay, let's run. So here, so this is the button blocks. That means how you want the button to appear continuous. Now, generally, while working with buttons, you also have a button toolbar, and we have button groups actually. Generally, if you are adding several buttons, then better keep in a toolbar and keep in a group. Then it will have, that means sequence like appearance. Suppose you are creating like previous, like next, like first, like last, all together one strip. I want like a strip, a single strip, not like separate buttons, but all are separate buttons look like single. How to do that? So we use button toolbar and button groups. I will show you here. So how the button toolbars are used. Remember, every time, first BTN base class is important. If you don't apply this BTN base class, and you try BTN outline and BTN other things, then the appearance will not be correctly how you are expecting. So basic button class is missing here. So you always first apply the basic button class BTN, and then you have to apply others. Then it will have a good perfect appearance actually. So otherwise borders will be not in a correct way. Alignment will not be in a correct way. First you apply button, then apply this. Why to use button toolbars? I will show you here. Suppose here we are designing simply. I will keep a div. Okay. In this I will keep here. So in this I am writing here first a button. Okay. And let's keep this as a span. So class is FA and FA home. Okay. And this is having the text home. Okay. And we have button. So and span. So class is FA and FA TV. Okay. And here I said electronics. And another button. So span and the class is equal to FA and FA footwear. And here, shoe prints. Okay. And here we defined as the shoe prints, so footwear. Okay. Now this is the button. And one more, I'm adding here a button. This is having a span, and the class is equal to FA and FA search. And here I written some search. Okay. All these buttons look like this. This is how the buttons look like this. We will apply here a button class for them. That means I am applying the button classes. Class is equal to, so BTN and BTN danger. Okay. The same class is applied for all buttons. So same class is for all buttons. All have the same appearance, but separate. Then what we can do now here is, so here we can keep this all buttons. See, I want home electronics footwear one category. Search is another one. Search and suppose sometimes you have a button. So like class as BTN and BTN danger, and you have a span and class is equal to FA and FA user, and here I said login. Now important is search and login one category, these another category. Then these all I will keep in a div. Okay. And these two I will keep in a separate div. Okay. Now initially when you look at them, the appearance will be in this way because two separate divs are there. But see, this is a class BTN group. This is one button group. And this is another button group, class BTN group. Two button groups are there. And these two button groups, observe carefully. These two button groups looks like this. That means home, electronics, footwear, they are combined into one group. Search, login, these combined into another group. So we divided them into group. After that, what we are doing is these two groups are present in a div that I will give a class as BTN toolbar. They are button toolbar. Button toolbar looks like it is trying to mix them. So then you do one more is BG danger, means background danger. It looks like completely one. You can see now button toolbar is complete end to end. But important is two groups are there. I will use one more attribute, justify content between. Justify content between. That means those two are adjusted from left to right. One group, another group are adjusted left to right. They are adjusted left to right. So if they are adjusted left to right, you can see that. So when you adjust left to right, you see these will be right side and these will be left side. So we can create a simple button toolbar with button groups and keep some buttons inside them. So what are the options we have used here? Button toolbar. We have a button toolbar and we have a button toolbar and button group. Inside the button group, you keep some buttons and keep all these groups inside the button toolbar. Button toolbar. Then you can have a good appearance like a toolbar. So this is just like designing toolbars with buttons. This is not navigation bar actually. We are using navigation options, but this is button toolbar like open, like save, like print. Such things are good for these buttons, not for navigation. For navigation, we will see others, navigation bars, how to create them. So this is a button toolbar. So, but this is also good. Button toolbar, you can handle this appearance. Actually, they have orientations also can be configured for the buttons and defined for the buttons actually. They are not buttons now. Button is used only for buttons. BTN is used for buttons. This is a toolbar all toolbar. This is not button. Understood? Right. BTN is used only for buttons, right? This is a toolbar. It is not a button. This is a group. It is not a button, right? Buttons are defined as button. And don't think that these are used only for buttons. Actually, many times we use for links also. For a link also, you can give this appearance. Suppose you see you have another div. I will create here as class. So BTN toolbar, another toolbar I am creating. And this button toolbar, so BG as suppose success. BG success or BG dark. I'm using BG dark. Okay, in this we have a div and we have a class. So class as BTN group, BTN group. So generally what we are doing is this button toolbar, button dark, button group. Here we are adding links, anchor, and anchor is like home. Another anchor is for about. So anchor is for contact. You can put symbols and all also. And usually for these anchors, href is currently like this. Href is like empty, means just I defined intra document link. Now you can see that in the output, they look like this. So home, about, contact. But see what I am doing is for these links, I'm using the class as BTN and BTN dark, BTN dark. And the same I will apply for all of them. So the same I will apply for all of them and it will get that appearance. This is links now. Links also can have appearance like buttons. Links also can have the appearance like buttons, So it's not like you have to use only for button. So you have to use only for button. You can use for this kind of appearance also, right? So button configurations, right? The functionality will be defined for them. Right? You can use anywhere. You can use anywhere, right? So that means these classes so will give a button-like appearance. It doesn't mean that it is used for button, right? Button-like appearance they will give. right? So that is buttons. So you have alerts, you have badges, you have buttons, and the Bootstrap. Next important, we have Bootstrap. Remember, here there is no need of jQuery any. Here you need only CSS, because there are no interactions. That means for such kind of examples, when you are designing, you don't need jQuery files. Only Bootstrap CSS file is enough. But we kept all of them because in the same page we can add some interactions and others. Then you need this. Okay. Next important, in the Bootstrap we have cards. Bootstrap have cards, which is very popular. Bootstrap cards are there. Card. So for that, ready-made cards are very common actually. If you visit websites like Amazon, you see in Amazon, these are all cards only. That means earlier we designed them into with rows and columns, but actually these are cards. These boxes are called cards. 3 cards are there in one box, 3 cards are there in another box. These are all cards only. These are all cards. These are those boxes. Yeah, these boxes are cards. Products related contents, whatever they are showing, they are actually cards. These are all cards actually. So to design such cards, it is easy way to design the cards by using some classes. We have a card class. So it is for creating a card. Inside the card, 3 sections will be there. We will have card header. So that is done with card header. We have card body. We have card footer. We have card title for headings. We have card subtitle. That is for subheadings. We have card link. This is for links inside the card link. So we have card text. This is for ordinary text, paragraphs inside the card. For paragraphs inside the card, we can give that card text. You also have a very important card image top. You have card image overlay. So these are the card related options. You also have card deck. So these are used for designing the cards. I will show you. Let's design some cards and see them. Means how we can manage them. Initially, let's create the cards. Okay, first I am creating a div. In that we have a div. Okay, this is the first div. This is class card. Okay, inside the card I am keeping another div. This is class card header, and inside that another div. So this is class card body. We can design in several ways. I will show you. We have the class like card footer. Okay, in the card header here, so I am keeping some content like heading. So suppose heading JBL speaker something, and here I will define a paragraph. So here, 50% off with some access card, something like this. Access card like this. So that is some option I defined, and here I am adding some image inside it. Image source is equal to images speaker.jpg, and width and height I defined some 100 or 200. Width and height I had defined for that. Okay, and another option now here is this card footer. Here we are defining a heading. So heading as ampersand hash 8377 semicolon and some price. And under that we will keep a button here. So class as btn and BTN danger, BTN danger. And here we will use a span. So class as FA shopping cart. I created a FA shopping cart and I say add to cart. Like this I define. And here, if you want information, so below this image or below some headings or content, and here we define a paragraph. In that we have a link, some href is equal to hash. So here more details, some more. And for this we can use a class as card link. So for this I can keep as class card title, and this I can put the class as card subtitle, like this. Initially, these are the options for the card. Now, this is one card. You can see that card appearance will be like this. Card appearance will be like this. This is one card. We kept the appearance in this way. Okay, now see what I am doing here. I will copy this. I will copy this. That means this entire card related logic. So that is the card. I will paste another card. I will paste another card. In that, I will just change here. Suppose night casuals. And here I am adding some shoe.jpg. Okay, and here some price change. Okay, and one more card I will define here. One more card, and this time I defined some shirt, and here we have shirt.jpg, and define some price for this, and same. You see three cards, usually they display one below another. JBL speaker, Nike casuals, shirt, all the cards are side by side. What we can do is, actually I kept all the cards in a div. All the cards are kept in a div. In one div we have. For that div, I will simply put an option class as card deck, and automatically it will keep everything side by side. That's it. That means it arranges the content side by side. It keeps the content side by side. Now you add one more card into it. See, if you are adding multiple, then automatically size has to shrink. So it's not like you can show unlimited number of cards in one row, right? That is always complicated, right? I will copy this and I will add one more. So here I return something like jeans. So jeans, and here I said some price, and I said here jeans, and you can see that this is also added into the card deck. It is also added into the card deck. But you cannot keep hundreds of items in one row. Obviously, that is the basic thing. That's a common sense generally, right? If you put, then automatically size will be shrinked, content will come to next line. So, and important, these are responsive designs. That means you can see they fit according to the browser. So they will not overlap on each other. That is the good one. And if you go to the mobile like devices, you see mobile like devices, this is landscape. On different mobile like environments, you can see that they keep on adjusting the screens. So they keep on adjusting the screens, right? So according to the device, you see orientation. This is portrait orientation. They will adjust according to the screens. So that's what actually they do. So that is good. They are better responsive, and this kind of things we can do by using this card. Cards are used for it, and important is you can keep the content anywhere. So generally, so this image can have a class. That means you are having the image, first one. Image we kept in the card body. Sometimes what they do is, suppose I say class as card image top. You can say card image top. it doesn't means that it will be top. Actually, if you say card image top, then you don't define this body. You don't define this body. It's not mandatory to have all the sections. It depends on requirement. Remove the body, keep that above the header. Image is above the header. Image is above the header. And only card header and card footer are there. No more card body. And you can see that image will be at the top. At the top. You can keep anywhere you want. So anywhere you want. You can keep at the top, you can keep at the bottom, you can keep in the body section. So actually we have the image top. You have overlay also. Overlay, actually it will correctly fit into that with the sizes, but that doesn't suits here. Overlay is suitable when you clip in a header or body section. Put overlay. Overlay means it will stretch to fit into the window, but already we given a size, so overlay not required. So image top is required. That is required because already you have height and width. Otherwise what happens is it will stretch the image to fit the card. Alignments you can change. Suppose you want titles and others align center. That means you can just put here. Suppose you want the images to be center. So then you can simply add in the card body. You can say text center. So then it will be in the center. Shoe is in the center. So similarly others also, so we can keep text center, header, body, anywhere, wherever you want, you can configure that and it will get that and display in the center. And here we are defining text center, and it is configuring the text center. So alignments and all important. These are called cards, and we are using cards with card decks, how we can configure card and card decks. These are all the classes required for the card and card decks. So it depends on how you want to present the contents. If you don't put in a card deck, they will be one below another. If you put in a card deck, they will be arranged side by side. Automatically nothing but card deck may be using display flex, display columns, depending on the presentation style, it will display the content. These are cards. In Bootstrap, we have another important, so carousels. Bootstrap has carousels. Carousels are very popular in websites. You see, this is Amazon. Okay, in the Amazon, you see, so a slide navigations are there. Next slide, previous slide. This is called carousel. We call this as carousel. So many, you can see every website majority have these carousels, and this is done with carousel. That means navigations, next button, next picture, previous button, banners and all. Such things we can design with the concept of carousels. How to design the carousels and use them, that we will see in our next session, right? In the next session, we will see the other options. So we will learn carousels, forms, forms and navigation bars, nav bars, how to design them. Once you know this, then we can go into designing some website screens, and we can implement with the JavaScript now, right? How to use these components. Few more components are there. Those we will discuss in our next session. And next session, because we are having the festival and for Diwali, so we are not having sessions on Sunday, Saturday. Tomorrow no session, and Monday also, right? Again, our session will be on Tuesday. Right? So we have holidays for this Diwali. Almost all classes will not be there. So our next class will start on will be on Tuesday. Okay, right.